Welcome to the Dodgers Blue News channel. Before the news, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Now, let's get to the Dodgers news.
Hey Dodgers fans! It's time to catch up on everything happening with our Los Angeles team. Let's get straight to the point, starting with Max Muncy. Coach Dave Roberts summed up the situation with our All-Star in just 5 words. Muncy is heading in the right direction. He remains on the injured list with a right oblique strain, but the expectation is that he will return later this regular season. Muncy had just come back in July after a bone contusion and immediately showed the impact he can have. In 8 games, he hit .348 with 4 home runs and 9 RBIs, reminding everyone how crucial he is at the heart of our lineup. Before the injury, Muncy was already heating up. From May through early July, he recorded 12 home runs, 50 RBIs, and a .956 OPS, placing him among the team's top hitters alongside Shohei Ohtani and Will Smith. His absence is felt even more because the infield is depleted. Tommy Edman, Hyeseong Kim, and Kike Hernandez are also out, forcing the Dodgers to bring in Buddy Kennedy, recently released by the Toronto Blue Jays, to provide immediate support at third base. And when we talk about the importance of Max Muncy to the Dodgers, it's no exaggeration. The team needs him back as soon as possible. Muncy's presence in the lineup completely changes the offense. He's the kind of hitter who intimidates opposing pitchers and adds depth to the heart of the order. Without him, the infield weakens. The injuries to Edman, Kim, and Kike have already left gaps, and the Dodgers have had to improvise solutions. But no replacement can provide the same offensive production and experience that Muncy brings. His impact goes beyond the stats. It's confidence, presence at the plate, and leadership in the clubhouse. In key moments, Muncy always finds a way to contribute, whether with a home run or putting the ball in play to drive in runs. For a team fighting for the top of the division and needing to stay strong through October, having Max Muncy healthy is essential. His recovery could be the turning point that stabilizes the lineup and gives the Dodgers the balance they need to face what lies ahead. Meanwhile, the race for the division lead is heating up. The Dodgers remain on top, but the Padres are close behind, and the 3-game series at Petco Park promises to intensify this direct battle. The season continues to be intense, and every detail matters. A fully healthy Max Muncy would be a timely boost for the Dodgers just when it counts. Now it's time to talk about Roki Sasaki. The young Dodgers pitcher may not return as soon as originally expected. According to MLB.com reporter Sonia Chin, Sasaki's recovery process is being handled with caution by the team. He suffered an impact to his right shoulder, and his rehabilitation has been a bit more complicated than initially planned. Last Thursday, in his first game with the Comets, Sasaki threw just over 2 innings, when the initial plan was to complete 3. His fastball reached 94 miles per hour, below the 96 to 97 miles per hour he had recently been hitting in workouts. The reduced velocity raised some concerns. Coach Dave Roberts himself noted that it's not an immediate cause for alarm, but he acknowledged that the performance fell short of expectations. For the Dodgers, more important than rushing his return is ensuring that Sasaki regains confidence on the mound and is truly ready to face major league hitters. Currently, with the rotation including Glasnow, Snell, Sheehan, Yamamoto, Ohtani, and Kershaw, there's no rush to push the Japanese pitcher back too soon. This depth allows the team to give him the time necessary to be fully prepared when it really matters. Sasaki has yet to show his full potential this season, posting a 4.72 ERA in 8 games with just 24 strikeouts. But the expectation is that, with proper time and preparation, he can return as a key piece in the Dodgers' postseason push. More than regaining the velocity of his fastball, Roki Sasaki needs to rebuild confidence on the mound. This is the true challenge the Dodgers have set for him during his recovery process. It's not enough to just throw 97 for gain. He needs to regain command, trust his arm, and attack hitters without hesitation. Sasaki arrived in Los Angeles surrounded by expectations. At 23 years old, he is already seen as a generational talent, someone capable of redefining the standard of excellence in the Dodgers rotation for years to come. But for that to happen, he needs to turn potential into consistency. The team knows that at his peak, he has enough repertoire to dominate any lineup: an explosive fastball, devastating sliders, and changeups that fool the best hitters. This combination is rare, which is why the team is being careful. Confidence is the element that can unlock all of this. Without it, the ball doesn't come out the same way, mechanics lose fluidity, and in-game strategy suffers. The Dodgers don't just want a healthy Sasaki. They want a ready Sasaki, with presence, with attitude, capable of dominating critical moments. That's why the team isn't in a rush. With Glasnow, Snell, Yamamoto, Sheehan, Ohtani, and Kershaw anchoring the rotation, the Dodgers have the luxury of waiting for the right moment. This period could be decisive not only for the rest of the season, but also for the future of the franchise. A confident Sasaki could change the Dodgers' trajectory in October. In a playoff series, having a young pitcher capable of throwing fire against elite lineups is the kind of advantage that separates good teams from championship teams. His talent matches the ambition of Los Angeles, and a full recovery could be the detail that determines whether the Dodgers have the strength to go all the way. Now it's time to talk about Hyeseong Kim and the situation in left field. Coach Dave Roberts has hinted that as early as next week, the Dodgers could have replacements for Michael Conforto ready to step into the lineup. Among the names mentioned are Kim and Kike Hernandez, who is currently working through his rehabilitation. When the Dodgers signed Hyeseong Kim last offseason, there was no guarantee he would be on the Major League roster in 2025. But his credentials were impressive: for Gold Gloves, over 200 stolen bases, and a .304 batting average across 8 seasons in Korea. The 3-year, $12.5 million contract brought expectations, and so far, Kim has delivered every time he's had the opportunity. In Los Angeles, he has maintained the same batting average he had overseas, .304, with 2 home runs, 15 RBIs, and 12 stolen bases in 138 plate appearances. He has also shown defensive versatility. Kim can play second base, shortstop, and has proven capable of patrolling the outfield. He played 44 games in left field in Korea and recently took reps there in AAA during his rehab. Kim was placed on the injured list on July 29th, but is currently rehabbing with Oklahoma City. The expectation is that once he's cleared, he can immediately be a solution for the Dodgers in left field. Roberts was clear: having Kim as an option opens up new possibilities and helps cover a position that requires quick answers. And he's not the only one. Kike Hernandez is also in the final stages of recovery. Out since early July with inflammation in his left elbow, the veteran could return and add even more flexibility to the roster. Hernandez has already played over 66 innings in left field this season and brings experience and energy that consistently benefit the team. The truth is that left field has become an urgent need for the Dodgers. With Conforto out, Roberts knows he needs reliable alternatives. Kim's return, along with the possible comeback of Kike, could provide exactly what the team needs to maintain offensive and defensive production without losing momentum in the tight division race. Hyeseong Kim's return could mean much more than just another option in left field. He brings the versatility, balance, and consistency that every top team needs over a long season. Since arriving in Los Angeles, Kim has demonstrated the same quality that defined his career in Korea: consistency. He's a player who doesn't need the spotlight to make an impact. His .304 batting average in 2025 shows that he can deliver reliable production at the plate, even with limited playing time. 2 home runs, 15 RBIs, and 12 stolen bases in just over 130 plate appearances highlight his ability to contribute in multiple ways, driving in runs and creating opportunities with his speed. Defensively, Kim expands Dave Roberts' options. He can play second base, shortstop, or, as recently tested, the outfield. This flexibility allows the Dodgers to maintain strategic options in a roster that constantly has to manage injuries and adjustments. In practice, Kim enables the coach to rearrange the infield and outfield depending on the series, the opponent, and even the pitching rotation. Another important aspect is the energy Kim brings to the lineup. He pressures opponents with his speed on the bases and turns simple hits into extra opportunities. Over the course of a season, these details make a difference in the offense. Additionally, on a team full of stars like Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, and Smith, having someone like Kim, who understands his role and makes the most of every chance, is essential to keep the machine running smoothly without overloading the main players. Kim's return also comes at an ideal time. Michael Conforto is out, Kike Hernandez is still working to return, and the Dodgers need stability in left field. With a healthy Kim, Roberts gains an alternative that can be used immediately and has already proven capable of delivering solid results, both offensively and defensively. In the context of a tight division race, every player who returns healthy adds real value to the roster. Kim is not just another piece. He is a player who can sustain the depth necessary for the Dodgers to navigate August and September safely. His presence helps avoid improvised solutions, balances the team, and strengthens the group for the challenge that really matters, October. Hyeseong Kim's return, therefore, is more than good news. It's a reinforcement that fits naturally with the team's needs, brings offensive and defensive consistency, and gives the Dodgers one more weapon in an already talented roster that relies on every contribution to maintain a championship-level pace. To wrap things up, let's talk about Kyle Tucker and the rumors already stirring in the next off-season market. The star, currently with the Chicago Cubs, has been going through a rough stretch at the plate, but that doesn't change the fact that he will be one of the most sought-after free agents in a few months. His contract could exceed $300 million, naturally placing him in a tier of interest limited to only a few franchises. The Dodgers are always part of this conversation. Historically, they aren't afraid to spend, and the franchise's financial flexibility allows them to enter any high-stakes negotiation. But is Kyle Tucker really a necessity for Los Angeles? Currently, the lineup already includes two of the best left-handed hitters in baseball, Shohei Ohtani and Freddie Freeman. Additionally, players like Muncy and Conforto, who also bat left-handed, are still part of the offensive rotation. This raises the question: is investing heavily in another left-handed hitter the ideal move, or would it be more strategic to look within the roster? A more logical possibility might be re-signing Max Muncy, who could enter free agency and leave an opening at third base. Re-signing him would cost less than investing in Tucker, while keeping one of the team's offensive leaders. Even so, when it comes to the Dodgers, a major move can never be ruled out. The franchise always thinks long-term and maintains a policy of putting the most competitive roster on the field. If Tucker does hit the market, Los Angeles will certainly be part of the conversation, even if the immediate need isn't clear. What can be said is that, regardless of how this situation unfolds, the Dodgers will remain positioned to pursue top-tier talent. Kyle Tucker is one of the biggest names in the next window, and even if his arrival isn't a priority, the mere association with Los Angeles will be a topic of discussion until the off-season begins. Imagining Kyle Tucker wearing a Dodgers uniform is envisioning a reinforcement that would have an immediate impact both on and off the field. Tucker has been one of the most consistent and complete outfielders in the league over the past few years. He combines power at the plate, solid defensive skills, and a presence that adds balance to any lineup. Even with some struggles this season, his track record shows he can deliver elite numbers, with a consistent batting average, the power to easily reach 30 home runs, and run production that sustains the middle of the order. With the Dodgers, Tucker would join an already star-studded group. The outfield could gain a new dimension, adding his versatility to the talents of Mookie Betts, when in the outfield, Shohei Ohtani at the plate, and Freddie Freeman's consistency in the lineup. A player like Tucker would bring even more offensive depth, creating a batting order that is nearly impossible to face in sequence. From a strategic standpoint, Tucker would also add long-term stability. At 27, he is entering his prime and could become a cornerstone for the Dodgers for much of the next decade. This is something the organization values, not just seeking immediate wins, but ensuring that the core of the team remains competitive year after year. On the market, a move of this magnitude would have a huge ripple effect. If Tucker signed with the Dodgers for a contract exceeding $300 million, It would be another proof that Los Angeles is willing to invest heavily to stay on top. The message would be clear. The Dodgers don't just want to compete, they want to dominate the league landscape. For West Division rivals like the Padres and Giants, acquiring Tucker would represent another challenge in trying to match Los Angeles's talent level. Furthermore, Tucker's arrival could create indirect effects on the market. His signing could redefine the values of other free agents, especially outfielders, as any high-level deal tends to set new contract benchmarks. For the Dodgers, it would also mean a significant financial commitment, fully aligned with the franchise's history, which has never shied away from long-term or high-value contracts when there's clear athletic and commercial return. Having Kyle Tucker in Los Angeles, therefore, would be more than just adding an elite player. It would consolidate a philosophy that has defined the last decade, building a roster that not only competes for titles, but has enough depth to stay at the top. Tucker would be another piece of this puzzle, elevating a lineup already considered one of the strongest in MLB. Looking at the bigger picture, it's clear the Dodgers are balancing immediate needs with long-term planning. Max Muncy's recovery could restore offensive power and leadership in the infield. Roki Sasaki, if he regains confidence on the mound, has the potential to transform the rotation into one of the league's most dominant. Hyeseong Kim's return adds versatility and stability to a roster that needs reliable options to cover injuries and maintain consistency in the outfield. And on the horizon, the possibility of Kyle Tucker represents a market move capable of reshaping the franchise and reinforcing Los Angeles's commitment to acquiring top talent. What ties all these points together is how the Dodgers structure their decisions. It's not just about winning now, but building a roster that can compete in any scenario. Each piece plays an essential role: Muncy for immediate offensive impact, Sasaki for the future of the rotation, Kim for depth, and Tucker as a potential elite reinforcement for the next decade. In the end, the Dodgers remain one of the strongest organizations in baseball. The combination of talent, planning, and financial capacity allows the team not only to respond to challenges, but also to anticipate opportunities. With players returning from injuries and potential major market moves, Los Angeles continues to show that it has all the tools necessary to enter October at full strength and, more importantly, to remain among the favorites year after year. Now we want to hear from you. What do you think? With Muncy, Sasaki, and Kim returning, and the possibility of Kyle Tucker in the market, how do you think the Dodgers will position themselves to dominate the final stretch of the season and the playoffs? Share your thoughts in the comments. See you next time, Dodgers Nation.